In the UFC, there are 11 weight classes and there are 13 champions among it. Today's video, I'm going to rank them from good, as you can see, I rank the future go all the way down to awful. To begin with, we have Joshua Van Fluke. I don't consider him a good champion. I do not consider him a good champion, right? He's shocking. He's absolutely shocking, right? Because he won the fight off him shoving Pantoja down and Pantoja breaking his arm, right? Shocking champion. I don't think he can like win his next fight at all. Not an awful fighter in general. He's a decent fighter, but shocking fluke champion. He's a fluke. If he beats that pseudo Tyra, he's no longer a fluke champion. If he loses against Tyra, it's proven he's a fluke. There's nothing else besides that point. He didn't do no to prove against Pantoja, the champion. Pantoja loved the kick he caught and he shut Pantoja down. Pantoja fell funny. That's not a win. That's a doctor. That's a no contest. That is a no contest. A minute into the fight, that's proven absolutely nothing. You have proven nothing to prove that you are a champion. You can say, yeah, I'm the champ now, lads. No, you're not. You are not a champion. You are not a champion. All you have done is literally gone and said, oi, I shoved him down and he broke his arm, and that was purposeful. I trained all this time to shove him down and break his arm. No, you didn't. You're a fluke. You're not a true champion. Unless you beat Tyra or somebody else, you are then a champion. But if Pantoja comes back and kicks the shit out of you, it's proven you're a fluke and you didn't deserve to be champion right here, right now. It's just proven. He's not a champion. I don't care what anybody says. As a contender, alright, got flatlined by goddamn Charles Johnson, but other than that, he's okay, right? He's an alright fighter. I don't see the hype behind Van. I really don't. Nor do I Tyra. I don't see the hype behind either of them, but I want Tyra to win. I think Van should win the fight after proving what he did as a contender, but if he loses the fight, it proves he's a fluke champion. He's a fluke champion. End of. End of. Fluke. Shocking way to become champion. Absolutely shocking way to become champion. Then we have Piotr Jan, Mercedes champ. It's proven he can be beaten. He can be beaten because he lost to Merab in their first fight, lost to O'Malley, lost to Sterling in their second fight. So it has been proven he can lose, but he's an amazing fighter. His boxing is so His boxing has got to be one of the greatest boxing we've seen in the UFC to date, right? Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely amazing boxing. Yeah, he's fighting Merab next, and yes, like I said, he has lost his first fight to Merab, but in their second fight, Jesus Christ, the level Jan showed were insane, right? Defended nearly enough all the goddamn takedowns, kept you on the feet pretty much. He did absolutely brilliant. He did when I watch it, I can't even talk. I'm at a loss for words talking about it now. But Jesus, bro. Watching that fight go down live, you couldn't believe it. After their first fight years ago, and then seeing the improvements Jan made, you couldn't, your jaw would not leave the floor, bro. Literally. Merab shot for 29 takedowns, got 2. Pure went for 9, and he got 5. He got 5 takedowns on Dvalishvili. Jan got 5 takedowns on Merab. Right. Absolutely insane performance. And I am so glad he won. I am so glad he won because he deserves to be champion because he's such a good fighter. He's such a good fighter. He's got good kickboxing, good kicks to the body. Like I said, amazing boxing, good BJJ. He's a Mercedes champion. He's not 50-50 in his next fight. He's guaranteed to stay champion for a while. Guaranteed. Because I think he beats most people in the bantamweight. Beats Corey Sandhagen. He'll beat Song Yudong if he comes up. He'll beat O'Malley again, I believe. He will beat Eamon Zahabi. He will beat a lot of people in bantamweight. So yeah, Piotr Jan is amazing as a champion. He's not a fluke, not 50-50, not awful. I don't think future go. I don't know because the losses that he faced. I don't think he's a future GOAT. If he gets a few more wins, future GOAT definitely. But right now, he's just a mainstay champion. Then the next three: Volk, Ilya, and Islam, all future GOATs, and they have reasons behind each and every one. Volk is a featherweight GOAT as we speak. Volkanovski is a featherweight GOAT. There's no denying it. He has proven so much to everybody. He is the featherweight GOAT. Yes, lost to Ilya and Islam, right? But he is on a 2-fight winning streak so far, beating Diego Lopez twice. He will beat Movsat Evloev in the next fight. Before the Islam fight, he was on I think a 21 fight winning streak. A 21 fight winning streak. And in the UFC, he was on I think 11 fight winning streak. 12 fight winning streak in the UFC before the Islam fight. And he still came back after being knocked out twice against Islam and Ilya. Because beating Lopez is insane. Got some of the most crisp striking, good defensive wrestling. Honestly, he's got good counter striking, good mobility, good range. Just how short he is and how short his range is. He's got good range, good tactics, good counter striking. Honestly, he's got some of the most well-rounded abilities in the UFC, right? Yeah, he can get damaged. Yes, we've not seen max amount of his wrestling, but we've seen it against Islam in their first fight. He can counter wrestle. He can counter wrestle. So that's why I do believe he will beat Movsat Evloev. He's so good. He will not lose. I think in Volt's career, right, is going to go until he's about 30, 31, 32 fights, 32 and 4, 33 and 4. I think he will beat Ivloev, and he will beat anybody who comes after Ivloev, right? I don't think Volk will lose for a long time, and I think Volk wants to end his career on a win, right? I think he's going to stop by the time he's 40. So yeah, Volk is a future goal, hands down. Volk is a million% future goal, and there's no denying that part. Then we have Ilya, undefeated right now, coming off a win against Charles Oliveira. Before that, Max Holloway. Before that, Volkanovski. If he beats Justin Gaethje, right? If he beats Justin Gaethje, he's a confirmed top 10 GOAT of all time. Confirmed top 10 GOAT of all time. No denying it. No denying it at all, right? He's got amazing knockout power, amazing striking ability. His boxing so crisp. I think if Justin Gaethje can show his weakness with him standing heavy on his legs, not throwing many leg kicks, that might be Topuru's downfall. But currently, right now, as we speak, he is a guaranteed future goal right now due to his accolades. He's only had 9 fights in the UFC, and he's beaten 3 amazing fighters, beating a future GOAT. Max Holloway, I say top 20, top 25 of all time. I can't talk recently. Beat Oliveira, who's an amazing lightweight. I personally do believe Ilya is one of the greatest. I don't like Ilya. I don't like him. But you have to give him his props. He's one of the greatest fighters we've ever seen, right? One of the greatest we ever have seen in our entire lives watching UFC. So yeah, Ilya, another future GOAT. And then we have Islam Makhachev. Current 16 fight winning streak in the UFC. Beat JDM. Beat Moicano. Beat Poirier. Beat Volk twice. Beat Oliveira. Beat Hooker. Absolutely. Beat Sarukian. Insane fighter. He's a GOAT right now. Top 5 GOAT of all time. Right now. Right now he's a GOAT. And there's no denying that aspect. Right now he is a GOAT. Because his accolades are mental. I think he will beat Ian Gary in their next fight. I know he's definitely fighting Ian Gary next. Or, yeah, Ian Gary's definitely next for him. But with his accolades, I think even if Gary beats him, he's still a top 5 GOAT. If Gary beats him, but then Islam comes back and beats Gary in a convincing manner, still a GOAT. But there's not much I can say. Islam has great striking. He has absolutely amazing wrestling. Better than Habib. He can fight under pressure. He's shown he can face all types of opponents. Dustin, when he's striking, he got rocked, subbed him in round 5. Volkanovski, short, stocky guy. Knocked him out in the first round of the second fight. Broke Close in the first fight, proving he can beat him in the second fight. Beat Oliveira, beat JDM, just shut him out and just wrestled him for 25 minutes. Absolutely amazing fighter. So yeah, Islam, one of the greatest fighters we've ever seen in the UFC. So yeah, all these three fighters right here are goats. Not denying it, they are goats. They have Hamzat Chimaev, Mayfair's champion. If he beats Strickland, right? If he beats Strickland and he beats about 3 more contenders, because Hamzat hasn't proved much to us. He beat Whitaker, right, who's a good middleweight. He beat Usman, who came in short notice. Beat Gilbert Burns, which he got rocked badly in that fight. And then other than that, he's beat Kevin Holland. He's not really beaten many top contenders, right? If he beats Strickland and he beats 2 to 3 more contenders, then he has a higher possibility of being a GOAT, right? He's amazing wrestling. He has decent power, but his ground game is where it's at. He has absolutely top notch, I'd say top 5 in the UFC wrestling, right? Absolutely brilliant wrestling. But if he loses against Strickland and is unable to get his belt back, and he loses rather a lot afterwards, he is not a GOAT. He's not a GOAT. But right now, Mayfair champion. If he beats Strickland, beats the more contenders, future GOAT guaranteed. Because his wrestling is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane in the UFC. So yeah, Mayfair champion. I think Strickland fight, I don't like commentating on because I love both fighters. But let's say Strickland fight don't exist. He beats everybody in the middleweight division. He beats literally everybody. He beats Joe Pyfer. He beats Alexander Hernandez. He beats Alexander Hernandez, Anthony Hernandez. Jesus Christ. He beats Nasruddin Imavov. He beats so many contenders in the middleweight division solely down to his wrestling. But yeah, future goal if he can get past Strickland and if he can get past 2 other contenders. And with Carlos Ulberg, 50-50 in the next fight. And this is because whoever Ulberg fights next knows he has weaknesses in his legs. And everybody in the light heavyweight division has insane leg kick ability. Yili, Ankalaev, Roundtree, Pereira, if he ever drops down again, but Pereira's not even in conversation, I don't think he will. But Yili, Ankalaev, and Khalil, even Paulo Costa, have insane leg kicks, right? They're insane leg kicks. So I think they will target out his legs due to him getting a busted knee in his last fight and target that. And I think they will win, potentially. Ulberg may get catching with a lead hook, which may sit him down. But I think if they can defend themselves against his check left hook, they've won outright on the leg kicks. They will target it and slowly isolate that one leg and just tee off it every chance they get. And the more Ulberg focuses on that leg, they'll go to the head. When he leaves it be, go straight back to it. I think Ulberg is 50-50 in its next fight. Because I don't think, right, he will... I really don't think he's as good as people make out to be. Because if Yuri didn't show him mercy, and I will stand here to this day, I will stand on that hill and die. Yuri showed him mercy. Yuri would have won that fight if he didn't go, stand here right now, fight. Yuri would have slapped him and broke his leg even further. But in his next fight, it's 50-50. Guaranteed 50-50. Same with Aspinall, and Gaethje. Right. With Aspinall, his eye got poked out, it's fucking blind now. Fucking like Everett Michael Bisping. I don't think Aspinall is as good as people make out to be. Solely because I don't like the guy. I'm very biased against Aspinall. I don't like him for one, but two, I just think he flukes with like against Cyril Gane. If his eye didn't get poked out, I strongly believe he would have lost that fight on the striking. I strongly believe he would have lost that fight. So I think Pereira will beat Gane, and I think Pereira will knock out Aspinall. That's my true opinion. I think Pereira will beat Aspinall convincingly by knockout. Because Aspinall's not that good of a fighter that people make out to be. He's not that good as a fighter. But I don't know. I can't see him winning many fights in the heavyweight division. I think Aspinall loses against many people in heavyweight, right? Aspinall loses, and you may think, what? How? He's a great fighter. I don't think he is, right? Because in the heavyweight division, right? Pardon me, I keep burping, bro. In heavyweight, right? There is Garn. I think he loses against Garn. I think he loses against Cortez Acosta. I think he loses against Pereira, right? So I personally believe there's like 2 to 3 fights he loses convincingly. So yeah, Aspinall 50-50 in the next fight. Justin Gaethje, he's facing Ilya, right? And he's interim champ, so he either wins the next fight or he doesn't because he's interim champ and he loses his title. So that's a quick and easy 50-50. If he wins, boosted up to undisputed. If he don't, no longer interim champion. So I personally believe this is no brainer to be a 50-50 because he can't be a mainstay of the interim, and he's not a fluke interim champion against Paddy. He smoked Paddy, but yeah, cooking easy 50-50 in the next fight because there's no way to put it. It's interim. I don't think will win. I don't think he will win. I think he can exploit Ilya's legs as weaknesses though. But yeah, simple 50-50. Then we have Oliveira. See, I don't want to put him as awful because he's not an awful champion, but his last fight was awful. I'll put him mainstay as the champ because what I think he'll do what he did to Holloway and just hold down his opponents, right? I think he'll hold down his opponents and just wrestle them to death. That's what I think he'll do to all of his opponents. Wrestle them to death. 25-minute wrestling extravaganza, trying to submit them. But it's just shameful seeing how boring his last fight was. I love Oliveira. We all love Oliveira. But his last fight was dreadful. So please, Charlie, please, Olives. Please, Olives. Uh, show some more in your next fight. Because you can be a mainstay of the BMF. You can. Very easy. If you show some your striking off. Because you've got some very good striking. Or even if you try and submit the guy. But don't just wrestle him outright for 25 minutes. That's all I've got to say. Don't out wrestle him for 25 minutes. Leave it a boring fight to prove you're not a BMF. Because it's going to be fucking... it's going to get put to MBMF. Most boring motherfucker. Not baddest motherfucker. So please don't out wrestle your opponent. Just try and strike with him a bit next time. And then submit him. That I'll be okay with. Moving on to the women. Kayla Harrison and Shevchenko. But then I can explain later. Harrison, Shevchenko. If Harrison beats Nunes, which I think she will beat Nunes, she's only got one loss in her entire career outside the UFC. She's an insane fighter, insane power. I think personally, Harrison is going to be the GOAT of the is it bantamweight division they're in? I think it is. Yeah, bantamweight division. I just think she's absolutely insane right now. I don't think she will lose against Amanda Nunes. I don't think she will lose against many people in her division, right? She did 3 fights in the UFC. She beat Holly Holm, beat Ketlin Vieira, but that was boring. And then she beat Juliana Pena for the belt, right? I do not think anybody in bantamweight can beat her. She beats Juliana Pena. She beats Raquel Pennington. She beats Jocelyn Edwards. She beats Norma Dumont. She beats Eileen Perez. She beats Ketlin Vieira. She beats all these people because she's one hell of a lot stronger than them. Her body stature, she's just way more physically stronger. And she's just way more skills under her belt. Striking, wrestling, power. She's just so much more stronger than these people. And she's an Olympian and all. So, I personally do believe Kayla Harrison is just the greatest bantamweight we will see. And I think if she beats 2 to 3 more people, she's better than Amanda Nunes. Then we have Shevchenko, right? Shevchenko's already a guaranteed women's GOAT. She's a women's GOAT, right? Solely because uh, of the accolades she's put out, right? She's 26-4, and she beat Rayleigh Zhang, beat Manon Fiorot, beat Alexa Grasso. She lost against her, drew against her, beat her to prove she can come back and win. Then she went on a 7-fight fucking title defense streak. Beat Jan Jacek, beat Jessica Ai, beat Camus, Semeniara, Maya, Andrade, Murphy, Santos. She's an absolute insane fighter, right? Absolutely insane. So I personally do believe she's already submitted herself as a GOAT. She already has. She's insane kickboxing, insane grappling. Yeah, she's a bit boring here and there, but she's submitted herself, I'd say, in my opinion, to be the best flyweight women's fighter of all time. Guaranteed, and there's no denying it. She's the best women's flyweight of all time. I think she'll beat Fiora again. I think she'd out wrestle Blanchfield. I think she'd beat Grasso again. I think she'd beat Natalia Silva. And then anybody out top five, I think she'd beat convincingly. So yeah, Valentina Shevchenko already a GOAT. And then we have Mackenzie Dern in strawweight, right? Now, Mackenzie Dern, hear me out on this one. She's a shit fighter. I don't believe she's a very good fighter, okay? So she beat Vina Jandaroba, Amanda Ribas, and Godinez leading up to a fight. Beat Jandaroba for the belt, right? But she lost to Amanda Lemos and she lost to Jessica Andrade. I personally do believe if she faces anybody like she fought before, like Andrade or Lemos or even Yan Xiaonan, I think they'll beat her. I think they'll beat her. She's not a good fighter. She's not a good champion. I think she's the weakest champion on the roster currently. And I think many people in the division, like I think even Jillian Robertson or Lucindo would beat her personally. But yeah, weak fighter in my opinion. I really don't think she can stay as champion for a long, long time. But yeah, that's just my opinion. She's an awful champion, an awful, awful champion. But yeah, these are my thoughts and rankings of these fighters. Please let me know what you guys think. And yeah, have a good day. Take care and goodbye.